Hey guys, this is Scott Palmer from Hidden Valley Homestead. Sorry it's taken so long to put another video out. I know it's been, gosh, I think it's almost been 6 months. But I wanted to make sure that this was something I was going to do and commit to doing. Because I really wanted to put something out there that's really good. And please comment and let me know what I can do to improve. And I appreciate some of the people making some comments and suggestions on the last one. For example, Brian Dodds. I hope this sideways view is better than the vertical. So I took your hint on that. I went, oh yeah, duh. Anyway, I had to really think about whether this is something I wanted to commit to, because it takes a lot of time to put out good videos. If any of you that have been watching any of these YouTube channels, you know the good ones and the bad ones. The ones that aren't so good obviously don't have a whole lot of followers or a lot of subscribers, a lot of views. But the ones that are followed a lot, they have, obviously they're viral or they have a lot of subscribers and a lot of followers. And not that I really necessarily want a million subscribers. I mean, that'd be nice, but it takes a lot of time to do it right. And I don't want to bore anybody. My whole purpose in doing this is to document and to share so that people can learn from what we have done and possibly follow us. Because that's how I started doing this. I started watching Jess and Alyssa from Pure Living for Life, and watching them put together their house debt free. A number of years back, let me back up a little bit and revisit basically who I am and my wife. I grew up in Oregon and helped my dad. I peeled a lot of logs is mainly what I did. And then helped around the property up there, build a log home on 11 acres with a stream going down one side that at some point started having fish in it. Out in the country. I grew up on the farm up in Oregon. So when I tell people in Idaho that I grew up in Oregon, I'm serious. I did move down here to California, and I went to school down here. I married my wife. We've been married, we just celebrated 25 years. And luckily she's still here with me. So, and now she wants to go and move out of California with me. So we have two beautiful kids. We're helping put them through college. So we have a couple years to go, year and a half to 2 years to go. When they're done with school and they get out on their own, I think that's about when we'll be ready financially and have all of our ducks in a row in order to make the move and be up there full time. So I'll tell you why we chose North Idaho. We won't tell you, of course, exactly where it is. It's really a hidden valley. It's a fantastic little place that we found through hours and hours and hours online on Zillow and all these different real estate places. I actually found this property on a website called Black Rifle Real Estate, and I had started looking at something called the American Redoubt, and it's a movement. You guys can Google the American Redoubt, and you can learn all about that and what that means. And it's in short, it's a part of the Pacific Northwest where people are moving because the government is still small and non-intrusive into people's lives, very little regulation. Especially in Idaho, there's a lot of places, a lot of those counties where you can get a piece of land and start building, and you don't have to get permits. You can build whatever you want, and you can live out there, and no one's going to bother you. So just that kind of a freedom, kind of that free spirit of people. And of course, there's a downside of that too, of course, but and there'll be a lot of critics of that particular ideology. But that freedom and that area where there's less people, it's not crowded, it's beautiful, fishing and hunting, the outdoors, clean air, we want all that. We're tired of California. We've been down here for a long time, and beaches are nice and the sand is nice, but as I said in the last video, the politics and the culture down here have really taken a downturn, and it's really no longer fun to be here. And every day is just really a grind, having to deal with the traffic. I drive I'm 3 hours a day on the freeways, and I'm tired of that. I'm over it. If I'm going to drive an hour on the road, I want to be driving through beautiful mountains with trees and no traffic. So that's us in kind of a nutshell. I started looking at this American Redoubt area up in there, and we started looking in North Idaho, and property prices were pretty reasonable up there. And so we had looked around at a lot of different properties, more me than my wife, but having grown up in Oregon, out in the country with very little people around, my dad, he set the bar high as far as living that kind of a lifestyle. So I want to get back to that. Now, I'm 50, so I have at least 12 more years before I can start collecting a pension and retire. So I'm not doing this to retire right now. When I go up there, I'm going to have to work. I'm not independent wealthy, and I haven't won the lottery or anything. And so we're going to have to find jobs up there, and there's still quite a bit of work up there. So a lot of these people that are doing these YouTube channels for their content have decided to buy land up there and build a house as they go. And by the time they're done building the house, they're doing it debt-free, but they're doing most of the work themselves and buying the materials as they have money coming in. So I'm too old to build my own house, I think. I know some of you are going to disagree with that. I could have done it, but having, I don't know, for lack of a better word, taking the city girl out to the boonies and trying to build a house and live in a trailer for a year or two, she wasn't real excited about that. But if I could find a place that actually was in good shape, that was already built with some basic comforts, she'd be okay with that. And that's what we found. We found a log home that a lady had built on 5 acres with a trout stream. And it's gorgeous, and it's in a little valley. And what's hilarious is 20 years ago, I bought this picture behind me, and although the stream that we have on our property isn't the river that's in this picture, it's a little log home back in a valley, tucked away, back on the end of a road. This picture was, I don't know, kind of prophetic in a way, and now I really love this picture. Found this place back in this little valley that it's got permitted septic, and it's got a nice well with clean water, and it's off grid, it's solar, and it's comfortable, it's livable. The lady has lived there for 20 years. She's a wonderful lady. But she was starting to kind of get tired and didn't want to take care of the place anymore, and so wanted to move a little closer to the city, a little more of the comforts of being closer to a city, and be back on grid, because it takes a little bit of effort to be off grid. So I'll explain that in future videos, what it means to really be off grid. So what are we doing here? We're not up there yet. It's going to be a while before we get up there. We want to be debt free. That's the dream. We want to be out there in nature. We want to do hiking. We want to be up there and doing some fishing, and I'm going to do some hunting. The politics up there are conservative. I'm not going to have government telling you that you can't use a straw, or they're not going to be able to, they're not going to tax your text messages on your phone and mandate how you raise your kids and whatnot. So we're really looking forward to that freedom that we have up there, that free spirit of the people that are up there. Now, there's a lot of ways to do this, and hopefully you guys can learn from how we've done it. There's a lot of ways that people are doing it. Obviously, there are very few people that have won the lottery and go up there and just buy whatever they want and live debt free and whatnot. Okay, that's just doesn't happen. So, what have we done? Well, luckily, I work probably 50, 60 hours a week, and then Olivia works, right now she's working 40 hours a week. And so with our combined incomes, we are able to afford the mortgage on the second property up there. And luckily, we got a piece of property with a mortgage that was cheap enough that we were able to afford that and still have our house down here in California and afford our mortgage. So we basically have two mortgages. We're very blessed that way. It's not always going to be that way. Once we move up there, the incomes up there are probably 20-30% less as far as hourlies go. And so in order for us to move up there, we're going to have to work full time, both of us, in order to live up there. But we're going to rent out our house down here in California for a while until we're sure that we're going to stay up there. And it's more for her that the snow is going to be tolerable, that she's going to be able to manage that and want to stay up there. I'm pretty much taking a city girl out to the country. And so I'm hoping I can get enough of the city out of the city girl that she'll want to stay. As long as it's comfortable enough for her, but she's real outdoorsy, and she's a good hard worker, so she's not afraid of all that. But the amount of comfort that down here in California, it's warm all the time. I mean, it's been down in the 40s here in the wintertime, but that's not cold compared to North Idaho. It's down in the teens, and when it snows, we have snow every year up there. So if she's okay with that, then we're good to go. Once we move up there and she's okay with it, then we're hoping to sell our place down here, and we'll be able to make enough money off this place to pay off the mortgage up there and then be able to live debt free. And that's our ultimate goal. There's a lot of people out there that are selling everything they have. You guys can go on YouTube and you can look it up there, how to get off grid or how to live debt free, and you'll see, I don't know, dozens and dozens of channels of people that are putting their videos out there and what they're doing and how they're doing it. I'm a member of these Facebook pages, these forums of people that are off grid, North Idaho Life. All these people, I've talked to some people, messaged them, and they've sold everything they have, bought a travel trailer and a piece of land, and these people are so desperate to get out of California, they're buying land sight unseen, taking their trailer and loading up everything they have and moving up there, and they're beginning a new life completely. A couple of YouTube channels that I've been a part of, these people have changed their income streams from a regular 9-to-5 job to some of them are just pure YouTube channel people. And so between their subscribers and their views and their YouTube income, Patreon, where people are donating money to their channels, their sponsorships, so there's some companies out there that actually pay them to review their products, and then they get some of their stuff sponsored. So between those things, they're changing their income stream to full-on internet sales. They do. They actually have classes and in all this stuff. It's all on the internet, and so they have changed their income streams to fully an internet-based income stream. And so a lot of the content, well, some of these channels like Pure Living for Life, Jess and Alyssa, they did that. They left their 9-to-5 jobs, and you can read all about what they do on their channel. And I would urge you to go look at their channel and see what they've done and how they've done it. And their content is building their own house. They've never built a house before, and they're building their own house by themselves, and that's their content. And that was back to when I started this video, talking about why it took me so long to really make another video. Was I had to really think about whether this is something I want to do, because it takes a lot of time. They're very upfront about how much time it takes. They work 16-hour days, 30, 40 hours a week editing videos and putting together a good video. So, but it's fun. They have really good content. So I had to think about that. So this is something that I want to do to help people. Hopefully people can learn from what we're doing and how we're doing it, and join us on the way. And if you guys have comments, if you guys have any suggestions, I'm going to start putting out some more videos here. Tell you what we're doing here. We've done urban homesteading right here in our backyard in urban California, and I'm going to show you all the stuff that we have done here to not only be somewhat survival preppers in a way. We're not real hardcore preppers, but some people would disagree with that. But I'll show you what we have done, and I've brought the country into the city in order to survive a major disaster. We'll show you that. We'll talk some more about the money situation as to how you can get out. There's a lot of people that are my age, a lot of my friends and family that I've talked to. They want to get out just as bad as we do. But they don't know how. And I think, well, there's no way. I'm stuck. We have too good of jobs. We have a mortgage, and we just can't leave. And like, yeah, I hear you. And at some point, you just gotta take that. You've got to make that jump, and you got to make the decision that you're going to make it happen. And I want to do it before I get too old. I don't want to wait till I'm retired. I want to actually go somewhere else and do something and build something while I still have some energy to do it. I don't have the energy to build a house from scratch, I don't think. I mean, I guess I probably could, but not if I have to work 40, 50 hours a week somewhere and then come home and try and build a house for my wife for us to retire in. So we found that log cabin up there that's totally livable. It needs some finish work to it, and we'll show you guys. We'll take you on a better tour. That last video I put up, I didn't really show very much of the cabin, but the next couple times I'll show you guys what we found. And we'll start putting some more videos up there. I mean, we got the GoPro going and show you around and let you know what we have. Tell you guys what it means to really be off grid. A lot of our friends are asking us, have you guys moved yet? And no, we haven't. We're not there full time. We've been up there 4 times already this year. We're going to go up next week after Christmas for a week, and there's a ton of snow up there. I'm going to take video of all that, and I'm going to share that with you guys. Off-grid wasn't necessarily a dream of mine, but it's fantastic as I've grown to understand what off-grid really truly means. As we see our world, the culture around us, and we see all the disasters, natural disasters, people are without power. Here in California lately, they've had 2 huge, massive fires that knocked out power to whole neighborhoods for months on end, and it took them months to get power back. What would you do? So I'm going to put out some videos about natural disaster preparedness. A lot of people have said to me, well, how do you do it, and what do you do? What did you do to prepare for a natural disaster? Down here in California, obviously, an earthquake. Once we get a good one, it'll knock out power for, it could be a couple of days, it could be a couple of weeks, or it could be a month or so. So depending on where you're at and what's happening to you, disasters are happening all around us. So. I'm going to do some more videos coming up here. I'm going to try and do one a week here, and if you guys like what you're hearing and you want to subscribe, hit that like button if you would, and share it with some friends. I think I'm going to try and do one topic per video and talk about how to do it, how to get out of here, how to escape COMMIE-FORNIA. The politics here is just I'm over it, tired of it. So we want to do something new. Hopefully you guys will follow along and subscribe and share it with your friends. And I've got to give a shout out to some of these other people on these other YouTube channels. Gosh, I've got Heath and Cedar from Red Poppy Ranch. He's been fantastic, and I know if you watch this, Heath, I know we haven't talked a whole lot, messaged each other a whole lot, but I have a WeBoost cell phone signal booster because of your video. I learned a lot from you. Watching your cousin Terrell and Mindy across the street, watching Mindy drive that backhoe and plowing snow, and my wife's like, yeah, I'll learn how to drive a tractor and plow snow if I have to, and that was inspirational to us. And there's just a whole bunch more that I could mention out there that are fantastic. Watching Chad and Shelby at North Country Off Grid. Love you guys. You guys have got a great video. Love what you guys are doing up there. And I'm going to be hitting you guys up for some pigs maybe in the future. So anyway, I guess I'll sign off for now, guys. I know it was probably a little bit long. I hope I didn't bore you all to death. But if you guys would leave some comments down below. If you guys start asking me some questions, and I'll do videos on answering your questions. And the next one, I'm going to take you on a tour of our urban homestead here. All right. Thanks, guys, for watching. We'll see you on the next one.